Yeah,
Tell me what's going on, my friend. Let me start by getting the engine size, okay?
the 6.4 liter V8.
Okay, tell me what's going on.
All right, I'm Dan. How you doing?
Good. So, what do we got going
Um,
on with the RAM?
I just went out to unlock it, and my key fob didn't work, and we've had both key fobs tested because we had a key guy come here to the house.
Okay.
We sent it to a Chrysler dealer, and they couldn't find nothing. They had it for 3 days, and they said it didn't act up on them. Come get your truck free of charge, the whole 9 yards. You can drive down the road. All of a sudden, the wipers go on, and the e-brake light lights up on the dash. I hit the release handle for the e-brake, and the wipers shut off, and the light goes out. It comes out and says key fob not detected, even while I'm driving the truck.
Oh, wow.
With the key in the truck. The keys in the cup holder or in my pants pocket while I'm driving it.
Yeah.
And I drove home last night from work, this morning, because I work nights. And I stopped and get me a coffee. I locked the truck. I used the key to unlock the truck.
Mm-hmm.
I drove it home. I locked it again last night. I just went out to go start the truck, get ready to head to work. And I'm going, son of a bitch, now it's not working or nothing. And
Okay.
it does this about every 2 to 3 weeks, roughly. And then once it goes, then it's fine, it works, and then all of a sudden, it'll do this thing, what it's doing to me right now. I replaced the battery in the truck. They put batteries in both the fobs. The fobs were tested, and the guy that tested them said that it could be the body module in the truck, but when me and my wife looked at the paperwork from the Chrysler dealer here in Massachusetts where we live, they said they could not find nothing with the body module, and I know these guys got them big computers or whatnot.
Right.
But on the paperwork, my wife said something where she read it. Some type of a star connector could be changed, but if it could be, how come the dealers just didn't do it? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would ask that's a good question for them. I would ask them why they couldn't or why they didn't change it. A very good question. Right now, let me ask you this: does it start now or is it now not starting?
No, it's not starting or nothing. Even if I go out there and put my foot on the brake and take the key and push the button in, nothing happens.
Okay, so does it appear that it's like completely out of power, or does everything light up like it should?
My dash lights come on, the interior lights come on, the courtesy lamps come on when I open up the door.
Okay, so it doesn't appear to be a power supply problem. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
And we just put a brand new battery in it 2 weeks ago. And when I used the door switch to lock it, and I walked away from the truck, the horn beat 3 times and unlocked the truck.
I will say the keyless ignition node, or it's called the KIN module, keyless ignition node module, has been known to go bad, causing a no crank condition and all sorts of electrical issues.
Okay. Is that underneath the dashboard or easy for me to change?
I think no. I think this is going to be your because this is a push button, right?
Yeah, it's the push button key thing there.
So let's take a look here. Keyless ignition node, near ignition key switch. So it's either your push button itself or it's near the push button. So that module, along with the radio frequency hub, the powertrain control module, and the body control module, and even the power distribution module are all needed to start and run the engine. So one of those modules, I would be willing to bet is starting to malfunction. It's acting up, causing this problem. Not only, I know they checked it for codes and communication, and they didn't come up with anything. I would recommend that you have someone check it again when the problem occurs, because we got to make sure, we got to check to see which module isn't communicating when this happens. So it could be any of these modules or a different module on board the vehicle, but the common failure on this vehicle is the keyless ignition node.
So when I had the key guy come out, I just had him do a quick scan to see if there was anything.
Yeah.
We couldn't find anything initially. They did pull some stored codes that were there.
Okay.
Let me see if I have those. A lot of them were just like the lost communication. Oh, okay. So they're all stored codes. Lost communication with body control module. Then there's the ignition, run, start, input, 1 out of 2 correlation. There was the radio frequency head. That one. ECM, PCM, cluster, CCN, ABS control module, steering control module, the TCM. So basically with every code, but they also show stored.
So there we go. So that really kind of answers my question, at least at one question anyway. We check for codes, and there are multiple communication codes, which I can almost guarantee you it's going to be related. So even if the problem's not quote unquote acting up, they need to fix those communication codes.
Right. So I had just for cross it off my list, I had the key guy erase the codes and see if anything came back. And weirdly enough, he said it was the transmission control module. That code came back on, but everything else stayed off.
Okay. Well, I would, I would fix each code one by one as they come up.
Okay.
And I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but the only other option is just to wait till it acts up, leave you stranded, and then, now we got to pay a tow bill and we got to fix the thing and pay to fix the thing anyway. So, especially if you got communication codes, they need to be addressed, diagnosed, and fixed immediately. And then, as more come up, you need to continue fixing them. And this will probably lead us to the root cause, and it'll probably lead us to replacing the right module that's starting to go bad. So that's what needs to be done.
So where it won't go up and start right now. So this is where my son should call that same dealership and have them come tow it, because it won't fire up.
Yeah, you can do that. Another thing you could do too is if you disconnect the battery cables from the battery and rub the cables together for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Rub them together?
Yep, disconnect the cables from the battery, rub the cables together for 5 minutes, and then reconnect them back up to the battery.
Okay. So that's kind of like a soft reset?
It's a hard reset. You got it.
Hard reset, okay.
Yep.
All right, we can try that first and then just see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I know right where the body module is. I already located that.
So when you're doing the hard reset, we don't really need to know where any of the modules are unless we have to either replace them or test them, or at least check the powers and grounds going into them. And that's kind of, which really makes your job easy, which is nice. But then at that point, once we know once we suspect a faulty module, then we got to access the module, check the powers and grounds. So then at that point, we got to access the module. But just for the hard reset, no, you don't need to know where these modules are. But I can tell you real quick, where the BCM is. The PCM right side. I'm sorry, hang on. This is a 6.4. So right side of engine compartment, the radio frequency hub. It says center rear of cab wall, and then the keyless ignition node, it says near ignition key switch. So I would just do that battery disconnect procedure, and then maybe that'll get you up and running. But you're unfortunately you're probably gonna have to part with some money, because you're gonna have to pay somebody to diagnose and fix these codes one by one, and it could potentially be expensive. So I would just let the guys either at the dealership or wherever shop you have work on it, just let them know, hey, if it goes above X amount of dollars, just give me a call and let me know before proceeding. So that way you're not on the hook for thousands of dollars, unexpectedly.
That's why my wife made the appointment for it to go to the dealership, because it's still under warranty.
We have an extended warranty on it.
Okay.
They wouldn't look at it.
Okay.
Yeah. But they said that they couldn't find anything they even stated, but where they said a star connector by the kick panel.
Yeah, I believe this vehicle does have it, but with the codes in the computer, at least there should be something in there now. Maybe there wasn't codes in the computer at that time when they looked. I don't know.
That's possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering if maybe he tries that hard reset, if he gets it onto accessory where he can scan for codes if anything comes up.
Exactly.
All right, I'll have him give that a try, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll make an appointment with the dealership and have them look at it again.
You got it.
All right, thank you for your help.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck, and let us know if anything comes up, okay?
All right, I will.
All right, take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.